Hey guys, Kale the Quick here, and I wanted to show off what I've been working on in the Godot engine. This is a class project, but what I wanted to do for the class project was to create a template that other people could use for Godot. And the idea was to make a template that kind of combines some of the recent Zelda games and the Dark Souls series, Elden Ring, things like that, into something. And obviously, not anywhere near the combat or a lot of the things, but what I did get working is gliding. So if we jump, and then hover about. That's pretty cool. I got these super fun animations here. Uh, and the other thing that I got working was climbing. So if you get onto a wall like this, you can see my animations. Again, very basic. I threw these together in maybe 30 minutes. But you can see the head looking around. And it doesn't have any animation to get off the top, so if we get to the top, we'll just fall at the moment. Yeah, so you have kind of three different modes, and I want to switch the melee attacks, like having your weapon drawn and being in a combat state. Usually that's a bunch of different animations, like you can tell by the stance of people. So might switch that out into its different state. That guy flees. Yeah. And I do have a very basic camera retargeting. So that's the guy that's following me. The camera isn't exactly how you'd like it for a game, but that's still a work in progress, and I am working with some other students as well that are trying to figure that out. But my unique solution to figuring this all out, if I minimize that there, was to normally what you would do is you'd make a very large animation tree with all kinds of different states and stuff. But I actually did not end up doing that, and I'll show you what I did, and then I'll tell you why I did it. So inside of the actor here, they have a list of these movement packages, and each of these movement packages movement package is an abstract resource, not supposed to make an actual movement package, but it has a function for a transfer situation check, and that's to see if we want to enter this movement state, if it's time to leave this movement state, and then how to move the character during this movement state. And you see the movement package for the walk just takes the root animation. Everything I've done is done using root animation, root motion. And so we get that out, and then we move and slide the character, the thrall, in this one. And these are all extended to different things, and these don't have any checks associated with them. But we'll go to the glide one, because that's pretty simple. If the character is in the air, and if we press the jump button, if it's just pressed, then yes, we want to switch into the gliding state. If we're on the floor, or we just press the crouch button, we want to get out of the flying state. And here we take control of gravity a little bit. We damp that or clamp the maximum velocity down or up, and then we take control of moving the character. That's what we're done here. So it's kind of easy to make another one of these packages, as I did with the climb one, which I honestly kind of threw together after I built the system in maybe 30 minutes. So 30 minutes to make my simple climb animations that don't really have animation. I'm not a great animator. And then another 30 minutes for just, this is when I want to climb, this is when I want to stop climbing, and yeah, done. And then I just drop it in here, and now I have the ability to climb for this character. That's done. I could also customize different characters as well. And part of the reason that I did this is because in the animation tree, we have walk route, glide route, all these different things, and in the actual actor, I'll show you what it's actually like. I have this parameter move walk, and that goes into this kind of tree right here, and then blends all these things together to tell me like how much I want to walk, which animation I want to use, all those types of things. Very common, typical. The problem here is that the parameter, this vector2 that tells me what I want to blend, is automatically exported and it's automatically named. So if I go to animation tree, you can see it's move walk, blend position, and then there's a bunch of these random numbers underneath it. What the hell are those? Those are actually the time scale. So if I click on this one over here, I open the editor, you can see my turn animation, I'm multiplying it by 5, or I'm having the speed go 5 times. And that's because I wanted to be able to dial in the particular feel of the character, how quickly it turns its responsiveness, and how it feels. And so it's important to be able to set your variables like that. And these are all exported and given, they're kind of probably not random, but names that aren't super informative to me. So that is why I created my system, that you just give it these different things in this array, and then define what you want to be able to, like, when you want to get in on this state. And I made this climb check, this climb resource here in maybe 30 minutes. And I just wrote, when do I want to climb? When do I want to stop climbing? And how exactly do I move the character while I'm climbing? And again, we take the root animation out of the animator, and that's how that's all figured out. So this was super quick to add in new capabilities to the character, and hopefully it'll be that way in the future. Like potentially you could add in different ways of different like movement sets for weapons, or maybe you have the ability to swim or something, and then maybe you have a different set that's like your character has a high agility, so they can switch over to the Zora swimming animation, and that's just drag and drop, pop it in and out, that type of thing. Now, something that I think would be very useful in the future, and is kind of already in there, is in the shader editor, they have nodes, and it's a similar kind of tree connection system, but you're able to actually define constants. So when I was dialing in the feel of, and speed of my turns, instead of having it be an exposed parameter, I could just have it be a number that's saved as part of the animation tree, which I think could be useful and important. But also being able to, like this, where you can name your parameters and set like defaults and that stuff. That could be useful, and maybe there's some particular reason why that's not in like this tree animation system, but I think it could be very useful and really let it help other people create what they need going forward. Anyway, this is adventure mode for Godot, which hopefully with some more work I'll be able to polish up into something really useful and fun for people to make their own games with. I'm Kale the Quick. Thanks for checking it out. Don't die.